All right, here we go. The very first episode of Tent Talks.
Tent Talks, what everybody's been waiting for.
And it's so weird because we need to find a better setup because I can't even see you.
I know, I can't even look at you
I'm
in
just
the
looking
eyes.
at two mics and we have all this stuff on the table. But we're going to get a better setup soon enough. And also we're going to use an actual camera. Right now we're just using a webcam because that's all I had at the moment. But we're going to be able to use an actual DSLR and it's going to look way better.
Yeah, it'll eventually start looking better each time. But for right now, this is going to do.
But what if everyone in the comments on today's episode goes, never do this again? This is the
Never
worst idea
watching
ever.
because this is the worst setup
Or
ever.
return podcast equipment ASAP while you can.
Dude, we might get that. We got to prepare.
Okay, so let's take these
Harmonious gang is loyal.
They're loyal, yeah, and they fuck with me. That's why I also like kind of fuck with is like I noticed that a lot of celebrities, or I'm not that I'm a celebrity or anything, but a lot of people who have like followings online, it's mostly about like a persona that they're not really. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, or even like someone will like start an Instagram page about like motorcycle crashes, and then like you can get the Instagram page to 1 million followers about motorcycle crashes, but they're just there for motorcycle crashes. They don't really fuck with you. You know what I mean? So it's like I really appreciate that a lot of the people who do follow me actually fuck with everything I do. It doesn't matter what I do, even if I'm playing games or saying I'm gonna do a podcast or whatever. Like they fuck with everything, so that means a lot.
Totally.
And I'm not trying to say I'm a celebrity because I'm not. I have
Maybe
6,000
one day.
followers.
Hey, that's a lot more than me.
To everyone in my village in Russia, I'm probably a celebrity.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey.
Watch someone in my village have more than
Shout out to
60
Muddy.
followers. Muddy. Okay, so are we gonna take these shots?
Yes.
Did you pour them?
No.
Pour the shots.
We always have to start off with a shot of Tito's.
At least on this one, because we're both nervous.
Yeah, we're both nervous. We're both sweating out the armpits.
Yeah, my armpits are super sweaty. I feel like I should put on deodorant or something, but it's fine. And I'm also gonna try the classic technique that happens on the No Jumper podcast of people who come in for their interviews.
Oh, this is a big old shot.
They'll usually start rolling weed as a way of to relax themselves and distract themselves.
Break the tension.
Break the tension, and also it's like in my friend groups, like back in the day, it's like we would all meet up at a spot, hang out and just chill, and like we would basically just be doing the same thing here, and like just that reminds me of a relaxing environment. It's just like chilling around, smoking, rolling up, and stuff like that.
This is what we do on the regular.
Basically, what I do on the regular. You said you're gonna quit.
No, I said I'm gonna
You're a quitter.
take back, or how?
Take back? Cut back?
Cut back.
Take back what?
I don't know how to talk, guys.
Take back the years of
cut
smoking.
Cut back on smoking. I just want to cut down to 2 joints a day.
That's a terrible idea.
And definitely no spliffs. I wake up in the morning and my throat is so dry.
Really?
I'm like literally like looking everywhere for a jug of water.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I met up with my friend yesterday to go grab your Christmas gift, and him and I, we used to dab together all the time. When I went over there about wax, I was like, yo, you trying to dab? And he's like, oh, I actually stopped dabbing or whatever. And I was like, why? He's like, oh, he said, I was thinking about, he was like, I was trying to figure out why I smoked to begin with. And he said that smoking gave him such a bad panic attack that he would smoke in the beginning of the day just to get the panic attack out of the way. So he can just think that the rest of the day, like, oh, I already had a panic attack, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why would you smoke? Like, if that's how you thought about it. And he said he thought the same thing. Like, why am I smoking if I'm just giving myself a panic attack? And he stopped smoking.
That's
you don't
how
get panic attacks.
You think I don't have panic attacks? Inside, I'm literally dying all the time.
We're watching like a documentary about Elf, and you're having a panic attack.
No, that's my chillest moment. I'm talking about like when we're at work.
And that's why you don't smoke when you're at work?
Yeah, I just get like
Lame.
super weird, I feel like.
I kind of like that feeling sometimes.
I hate it.
Like,
I get so nervous.
Like I remember when I used to work at Starline on Hollywood Boulevard as like a tour salesman. Like you would come in like sober and like you go through a workday a certain type of way, but like whenever you come to work like 4 or 5 dabs and you're so faded and you're just like trying to keep things together, it's kind of like interesting. It's like you're like trying to balance like being able to do shit and also being really high at the same time. We need to also put our phones on silent.
Oh yeah, mine's on silent.
When we do this, your phone's always on silent. You secretive person. Okay.
Anyways, I used to smoke all the time before work.
When we first started dating, that's all we would literally just lay down in bed and smoke 8 spliffs to the
Oh my god.
all day in a hotboxed room. And then now you're saying you're too good for that.
You gotta level up sometimes.
That was the biggest level up of my life. I went from
It was a fun time, but
I went from
not
smoking
forever.
behind my parents' back on my apartment roof to hotboxing my bedroom.
I don't want our house smelling like weed.
I love the smell of weed. If we ever get a house, I want one of the rooms to be dedicated to me smoking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not a man cave, but like a smoke cave.
Sure.
Like as soon as you
The
walk
hot
in there,
box.
there's just like resin on the walls. And I might even have a homeless person sleep in there.
Will you now?
That
This is when the conversation just keeps going weird.
no,
Yes.
I've been thinking about this. It would be I don't know. How moral would it be if I had enough money to buy a house in the valley somewhere, right? That had like 6 bedrooms. And I made an Instagram post, or I even drove around LA and I said like, if anyone that's homeless, I was like, hey, you guys are more than welcome to live in my house. I'll provide, water, food, power, all that stuff, and the shelter. But you're gonna be on camera 24/7. It's a reality show.
No.
I feel like that's a pretty fair trade-off.
That's the only thing that they have to know about. They don't have to have any like requirements. Like you
They
can't
also have
be
to know-
a fucking meth head. You can't be.
No, they can do whatever they want. They
No,
can smoke.
no,
They
no,
can inject heroin. No, the thing is about a mansion occupied by 7 homeless people. I feel like it'd be pretty interesting.
It'd be interesting.
There might
but
be some
it's probably
character
not
growth.
Smart.
One of the homeless people might be like, "What am I doing in my life? I can practice tennis or something like that." I don't know. What I'm
You
wondering.
should try it.
No, I want to try that, but also I'm limited by the amount of money I have,
Yeah,
and also
exactly.
I'm just wondering how moral that would be. I feel like that would be pretty. I don't know. I feel like that'd be pretty sick. What's a reality show? What's that reality show you were watching?
What?
Where they're on the roof
The
in
roof?
Vegas?
Oh, Love Island.
Love Island. Their drug is fucking sex and love.
They're not even fucking like that.
Yeah, but
You
they're
think they
but
are,
they're
but they're not.
they're addicted to trying to find love.
They're not.
And then
They're
what?
literally my age. They're
And then
hella
the-
young.
and
They're
then-
not addicted to find love. They just want to go on a reality show to get clout, have fun,
And
and
get free food and shelter.
Okay, but they're not struggling like that.
Yeah, but imagine you were struggling
I
like
think
that,
it
and
is a
all you
good
had
id-
to give up was your privacy.
I think what you're saying is a good idea and a good concept for a show, but would it work? Probably not.
I think it would work because
If you got like good quality people who were actually homeless, not like fucking the person who's talking to themselves on the street.
But you know what? A lot of shows that do the best have to do with relatability, and honestly, a lot of shows that are coming up are about like a lot of shit that's just unrelatable. It's like all these people who are living perfect lives. They all have 6-packs, and all the girls are fucking like I don't know, like got BBLs and shit like that, and like that's not relatable to anyone. Everyone is scared of going
you know
homeless.
what? Like that's why the Kardashians were like super poppin' like when they first started
Because
like
they're relatable. Because
Yes,
they lived in apartments and
exactly.
shit like that.
No, they didn't live in apartments. They were always wealthier.
But now they're non-relatable.
But
It's like, who else is a billionaire?
a lot.
A lot of people, but it's like they're not like. I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying.
It's weird.
That's just how society is now. But there's only one thing we can blame it on.
There's
and that's
also that-
Instagram.
Speaking of which, that thing happened with the Kardashians. I forgot which one of them it was. They're all basically the same person to me. But one of them was like, "Oh my God, this COVID thing is such a stress on my life that like I bought plane tickets. I bought like she said she like bought a private island and a bunch of plane tickets for all of her friends and family so they can hang out on an island, pretend COVID isn't real for like a week or two."
Where did you see this? On Instagram?
Yeah, this is like a big thing. Like
Wait, should we take these shots?
2 or 3 weeks ago. But she was getting a bunch of shit for it because people were saying like, why are you announcing this? Like, if you're gonna do that, just do that, but don't announce it to a bunch of people who are like out of work and not able to pay their rent, and you're like going on a vacation on a private island with all your friends and family. Like,
Whenever I see them complain, like literally about outfits, like I seen like Instagram.
you complain about the smallest things.
I'm talking
too.
about them like complaining about copying each other's style. Like they literally have such big fights with in between like their sisters and stuff, saying like, Kim says I always copy her style. Like I don't ever dress like Kim. Like that's really what you're
Dude.
fighting about right now.
It'd be a really good reality show, is if you take all of them because they're the way you're describing them right now. Take all their money away and put them on the street as a homeless person, and then follow them for a month.
Not as a homeless person, but
Kim
they
would
should
die.
They should be like an average Joe person.
No, they should be homeless.
No, homeless
Yeah.
is like what?
So they can get a reality check, a real dose of reality.
All right, but if you're doing a reality show, it's not really a reality show. Like it's not really reality.
That's
It's
the
produced.
thing. I'm trying to switch it up with Harmonious
You talk
Productions
over me too much.
and make it real. That's why we need headphones.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to not talking over each other.
Woo!
That was a big shot. Jesus.
I have to take it too.
I took the whole thing. That was terrible. But okay, so guys, I also have to make a couple announcements, I guess. The lighting might be kind of dim, or it might get dimmer as we're filming this. It's because the sun is setting, it's getting late. I didn't wake up early enough, but we're going to film this earlier in the day, and I also want to potentially get some more lights installed or something like that, or just get a light installed in here, but the production value will eventually go up if you guys fuck with the podcast at all. So look at No Jumper's original podcast. It's like filmed off an iPhone. It's just
That's
like super bare minimum. It's like, yeah, it's like production quality isn't that important.
This is the first episode, so.
Yeah. But honestly, I feel like the most important thing is audio quality.
Yeah.
Like
I need to keep talking the mic, but I just want to look at you too, so it feels weird.
Yeah. Dude, like remember when we tried to listen to the Mike Tyson podcast?
Oh yeah.
When he was like talking to Boosie,
and you couldn't even hear him.
It was so fucking bad, and he has like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He probably spent $50,000. I'm not even joking. He probably spent $50,000 plus on that studio, and it sounds like shit, dude. Like, I feel like it's not even the people who set it up's fault. I feel like someone needs to talk to Mike and be like, bro, speak up, bro. We understand you're quiet and calm, and like, you gotta talk louder.
Yeah.
Boosie's like up here screaming, and Mike is like down here, and we were constantly like adjusting the volume to try and listen.
It was like literally on full blast.
Yeah, it was on full blast for Mike, and then when Boosie started talking, it was like, too loud, and we had to turn it down. It was terrible. Yay! First joint of the 10 Talks podcast.
You know what else is terrible?
What?
When you weren't texting me back the first time we met.
I wasn't texting you back?
Yeah, you didn't want to meet up.
When?
When we first met the first time. You were leaving me hanging, so we had to like meet up at like 2 a.m.
That was not me. You see, you're trying to flip the story. Okay, so Rylee wants to talk about how we first met, because that's a very common question that we get.
Common question. Everybody wants that. Which is...
You can't blame them.
Yeah, everybody wants to know
because I was living this crazy bachelor lifestyle before I met you. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, how should we start it? Basically, okay, so how Rylee and I met. Okay, so this is kind of weird because a lot of stuff was happening around this time. So basically, No Jumper originally was working from the back of that Melrose store on on Melrose or whatever. And then after the gun situation where someone ran in with the gun and tried to rob Adam or whatever, and I was actually there during that situation, Adam took it he took security way more seriously, and we moved to the other office, the Santa Monica office. And then once we made that move, like a bunch of other changes happened where I kind of started like running the computer more, and I just started kind of like being at the office more. And also, like, I think that's also around the time I became a full-time No Jumper employee. So around that time, I was there for every No Jumper show, and they were starting to like just talk about me like on the side. Like every time they had a conversation, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Yuri, blah blah blah." They would always just say something about me, and then eventually they started bringing me onto the thing.
And
onto the No Jumper show.
Side note. Before I met Yuri, I was living in San Diego, and I was working, doing hair. I'm a hairstylist. Hey. And I'm originally from the Bay Area, so I moved down to San Diego. I didn't really have that many friends. I had like one best friend, but whenever she was busy, I would just chill at home and like watch YouTube videos. And I was super into Juice WRLD. And so I would always watch his music videos or whatever, and then every time I'd watch like a different video on YouTube, like the Juice WRLD interview would pop up like on my like recommended.
For No
shit.
Jumper?
Yeah.
Damn, and that was way later.
Yes.
I would say that's like in the middle of the No Jumper timeline, you know, of where it is now.
Exactly. So I was like, I kept like avoiding it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like No Jumper, whatever. And then I was like, fuck it. I finally clicked it, watched it, and then I was like, damn, like. Adam's vibe's pretty cool with like all these rappers. Yeah. Like I just like the vibe of the interview. So then I started watching No Jumper more often, and then I started watching the No Jumper show. And then I would always hear, "Yuri, go do this. Yuri, come over here."
It was like a thing where like first like people just started kind of like joking around, being like, "Yuri, do this, Yuri, do that," and then it just became a meme where I just became the Cinderella of No Jumper, where everyone was just like yelling at me on camera.
And I'm like, who the fuck is this Yuri person? Like, that's such an interesting name. I've never heard the name Yuri before.
Really?
Ever.
And you know what's funny is around that time, that they're all picking on me on camera just to be funny or whatever. I would probably get like maybe 5 DMs or like 10 DMs a month saying like, are you okay? Like, you don't deserve to be treated like this. Like, you deserve better. Like, they're all mean to you, blah, blah. And I would, like, reply to these people like, no, they're joking. Like, you guys don't get it. They're just fucking around. Like, they're playing on the joke that like, I fucking do everything and everything's my fault whenever it breaks or whatever. So it's just like a no jumper meme that we came up with on our own. That, like, people were like, oh, shit, is this serious? And then... So anyways, to continue out, they started bringing me up on the no Jumper show, like, every here and there. And then skip forward, they eventually have the No Jumper show with Aaron Carter. And then Aaron Carter, if you guys saw that, it was like a big ass thing where, like, it was 2 hours, I believe, and a bunch of crazy shit happened.
Pause. And the reason why I was watching the Aaron Carter stuff was because I was a big fan of Aaron. Well, my older siblings were a big fan of Aaron Carter growing up. So I always listened to his music. And I was like, oh, shit, like, Adam's about to interview Aaron Carter. Like, where is he at now? Yeah. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, my fucking God. I did not think.
That honestly opened my eyes to Aaron Carter, too. Yes. I didn't know anything about him or about all that stuff, like, about him at all.
Me either.
And probably, what was it, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet Boys.
All the Backstreet Boys fans probably already knew about this. You know what I mean? Like, all of the diehard fans already knew about this whole beef.
His brother was in Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, his brother. But yeah, all the fans of Backstreet Boys probably knew about his brother and his crazy brother and all that stuff. But I didn't know anything about all that. And then anyways, that whole podcast happened.
And I was keeping updated with all the
and it was, like,
Carter
super
stuff.
crazy. It was going super viral. And then... literally, I think the next day or the 2 days later, Adam noticed that the interview was going super viral, so he kind of wanted to do a recap on his live stream. And that day, Adam had asked me to come through because there was like some technical issues or whatever, and I had to fix something. And it was like the first time Adam was like, "Oh, yo, like you want to just like come on here and just chill or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm fucking down or whatever." So I kicked it with Adam, and I didn't know he used to do this thing where he would listen to music, and then also he would, in the middle of listening to music, he'd be like, "Oh wait, I want to make a video about this," and then he would make a quick video or whatever. And then I was in there for that video where he was talking about Aaron Carter, and since that was my first time being on camera, like on the live stream, like actually sharing my opinion.
First time?
Yeah, like my first time. Like they would sometimes be like, "Yo, Yuri, come here and like say this or that," but I would never like actually sit down and like share my opinion on something.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like say something bad about him, or like I obviously know he's struggling with like some sort of mental health shit, so I didn't want to say anything like bad where people are gonna attack me or like I feel insensitive. So I was kind of like just kind of on what's it called, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like I was kind of on his side, trying to be like, oh no, he might be doing this because of that, blah blah blah. And I was kind of like, if you watch it now, it seems like I'm being in defense of Aaron Carter, but I was just nervous not to like say anything bad about a celebrity or whatever. And then Aaron Carter came 2 or 3 days later again for another interview with Adam, and then during the middle of that interview,
I was watching it live. Like,
oh yeah, you were watching live, and then I forgot what happened, but Aaron Carter was like looking around the room, and he sees me, and he goes, "You're the guy who was defending me. Come here," or whatever, and he brought me on the show to give Aaron Carter a hug or whatever. I gave Aaron Carter a hug, and then after that day is when you found out about me, right? Or during that?
No, it was
live
during
stream?
That. Well, no, it was during. I watched the
one with Adam.
Yes, when you were defending him, and I was like, he has the prettiest hair. He's so cute.
Was my hair long or
yeah,
short?
Your hair was super long, and I was like, I'm a sucker for long hair.
Everyone's gonna start growing out their hair.
And then it's so funny because once we started talking, you had just shaved your head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, this kid is so cute. I tried to look for his Instagram everywhere, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's the number one thing I get,
because I didn't know how to spell your name. Like, I think I was spelling it Yuri.
A lot of the DMs I get are like, dude, I just found you. Or like sometimes people will be like, yo, I tried looking for you months ago and gave up, and then like now I just found you or whatever. Like apparently my names, or just because it's Harmonious and Yuri, it's two uncommon names that like no one's gonna look up or whatever, you know, so it's fine.
Well, then I finally found his Instagram. And then I followed him, of course, and liked a couple of his photos. I was like looking through his like pictures to see how many likes you got on your photos. I was like, okay, maybe I have a chance because like we kind of have like the same amount of likes. Because I would get like 100
likes at the time.
Yeah.
I got less likes than you when we met. I remember when
yeah, you kind of did.
When
I was like, maybe I have a chance. So I just liked a couple of pictures. I was like so surprised you followed me back.
I had the opposite feeling because when you liked my photos or whatever, I was like, I wonder who this is. And at first I was like, why is this super pretty girl liking my photos? And I clicked on your thing and
why am I getting nervous right now?
When I saw how many likes you were getting, I was like, she's not going to talk to me. Like, I get 100 likes, she gets 600 likes. So I was like, no, she's not going to talk to me or whatever. And then I liked 3 of your photos. And you didn't like anything else of mine. I was waiting for you to like more of my shit. I thought we were gonna go back and forth.
A like war?
Yeah. Or just...
See, I didn't want to do a like war. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like a couple of his photos, and then he could DM me. I did not want to DM you first.
And then yeah, so I liked a couple of your photos. And I don't remember if it was the same day or the next day, but I ended up just saying like hey or something like that, or like hi or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's how we started talking. So it's like a common joke between us that Aaron Carter brought us together.
He pretty much did.
He kind of did in a
I
way.
wouldn't know you.
Well, you were already watching No Jumper, you know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
had continued watching No Jumper, you probably would have seen me, but like not at that extent. If it wasn't
Yeah.
for the whole No Jumper thing and Adam inviting me on the stream or whatever. So it was like a whole mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. But then
Oh yeah. Also, when I first when I first DM'd Yuri, when Yuri DM'd me, I just moved back home to the Bay Area from San Diego.
yeah.
So like we were really close to each other. Like I could have seen you when I was living in San Diego, but I had just moved home like a couple of days before.
So how long were you in San Diego?
A year.
A whole year. Damn. So it's like a whole bunch of perfect timing
I know.
at the same time. And then oh yeah, so
I remember you were like you're like, where do you stay or something? And I told you the Bay Area. You're like, oh damn, I was gonna see like if you wanted to go get a drink this weekend.
did you
I was like, damn, if I was in San Diego, like this would have been perfect.
do you tag your photos like your location?
Yeah.
I wonder why I didn't like see that you were in the Bay already and be like, oh shit.
Well, I had just moved back, so I probably had all my locations in San Diego.
I would say
Because I don't post that many photos.
obviously like I already knew Jason. I would kind of consider my Jason. I mean my Jason. I would consider Jason my friend too, and I knew him before you. But I kind of feel like you're my first friend from the Bay. You know what I mean? Like that we just became friends or whatever. I don't know anyone from the Bay really. It just always, and I've never been to the Bay before I met you, even though it's only
know.
like 5 hours away, and it's like where a lot of skateboarders go. Just
Well,
never took the time.
I don't know a lot of people from LA.
Really? Well, you know Sheena,
Well, I know a lot of people. Yeah.
but she moved out here, right,
Yeah,
or
she
something
moved.
like
She's
that.
from Sacramento.
Which is like, I don't know. To me, Sacramento's the Bay.
Me
but,
too.
But if
I
you're,
consider it.
But
like,
if you're from Sacramento, you're like, we're not in the Bay.
I know.
Everyone's like that. But at
But
the same
it's like, why wouldn't you want to claim it? Like,
No, but at the
we
same-
all claim each other. Like, we're just all like Northern California, I guess.
No, but you know what? I would compare it to like living in LA and then living in Orange County.
True.
And then like
It's like such a difference.
imagine calling Orange County LA. You're like, no, it's not LA.
Mm.
And then everyone in Orange County is like, we don't live in LA either.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's kind of like that. And it's the same distance, like an hour or 40
Yeah.
minutes apart. But, anyways,
We were following each other like in November.
I don't even remember the month.
And I was like, we kind of like didn't really talk to each other, but I would watch like his live streams because I found your YouTube channel. I was like, I got to do my little research on him,
Oh
see
my
if like we would vibe as people.
And around this time is when I was doing, I was planning on doing the speed dating live stream. I remember I did a live stream where I went to a speed dating thing and I came there late, so they didn't
Oh,
take
yeah.
me or whatever. And I was like, I was doing a bunch of
I
live
thought
streams
you
where I
were
was.
so fucking funny though.
Thank
I was
you.
like, I would literally laugh so hard.
I
I was
don't-
like, oh my god, dude, I have to like hang out with you. Like I knew we would get along because like we have the same humor.
Sometimes when I'm like doing a live stream and there's parts where I think it's so funny, I'm like, oh my god, that'll be such a good clip. And then I'll go back to the live stream after and I'll rewatch it and I'll be like, this is so cringy. Like I hate listening to myself talk, and I especially hate when I get excited on stream or on camera. Like it's so cringy to watch. I'm like, bro, I can't even understand what I'm saying.
Your words like, bro, come on. I'd like just be laughing at that shit.
But
Or
to get to the interesting part, we were talking for a while in the DMs. I don't know how long we were talking for. Maybe
we
like
started talking in November and we didn't meet till January.
really.
So yeah.
When you drove down? So we're talking for like a whole month. But around the time that I was talking to you, I was also just kind of getting fed up with living at home because I was 25 years old and I was like living in my parents' bedroom, and my parents live in a 1-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood, and I was like so limited to where I couldn't film stuff like at a certain time and whatever because my parents would complain about the noise and I couldn't live stream and be too loud on my live stream. So I just felt like I was being so limited in like the stuff that I wanted to do that I was like, I need to get out of here as soon as possible. And I found a place in Chinatown. I found a roommate or whatever through a friend of a friend, and I moved in with him. And around the same time I moved in with him, I remember the whole time I was like talking to you and I would be FaceTiming you all the time and telling you how stressful it was, how much I hated it.
Dude, we would FaceTime all day long.
I do remember that. That was that was a lot of stuff.
Dude,
But-
that's so crazy. Like I don't even remember us like being apart.
I know,
that.
right? But we were apart for a long time.
It's
and then
so
and then we would visit
crazy.
and you would visit and then you would go back for a week or two or
know.
something like that, or a week. But to get to the interesting part, we were talking for a while. We didn't FaceTime yet, did we? Actually, no, we did FaceTime her. Actually, no. Did we FaceTime before we? Because remember, you drove down to LA. You said I'm going down to San Diego to get my hair done.
No, so this is what happened. I was supposed to come for New Year's. I was gonna do New Year's with Sheena.
Okay. So we were talking and you said let's do something on New Year's.
Yeah, I was like, I think I may come down for New Year's, blah blah blah. But I got in a car accident.
But you know what's funny is when you told me like let's meet up on New Year's, immediately. Like we're gonna get later into the story where there was like a lot of red flags for me where I thought Rylee wasn't who she was.
He thought I was a catfish.
I thought Rylee was a catfish and I thought she was gonna rob me and like and set me up or whatever for a lot of many reasons.
He thought I was really about to rob him.
I'll explain why later, but this is one of the first red flags I saw, and it was because in the Russian culture, New Year's is a big deal. Like it's like very, very uncommon to be like, hey, I'm going fucking 4 hours away to Vegas to spend New Year's and I'm gonna leave my whole family. Like it's super uncommon. Like New Year's you're with your family. You know what I mean? Like it sucks and sometimes it's boring and sometimes like you don't want to do it, but like you gotta spend New Year's together and then as soon as it's 12, at 12:05 you can dip and go do whatever
That's
the fuck
how
you
like
want.
Mexican people are with Christmas. Like we spend Christmas Eve together till midnight and
then you could do whatever the hell
you say
want.
Merry Christmas and then you open your presents and you're good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how New Year's is. And then when you told me like I'm gonna go to LA and hang out in LA for New Year's, I was like, that's weird. Like, why is she gonna not hang out with her family for New Year's? And then I already thought that was kind of weird, and I was just like, okay, like I don't know what that could possibly be, but
I'm 22, gonna celebrate New Year's.
I think I DM'd you. I said, so what's up with New Year's? And you never replied to me.
No, I did reply.
I swear.
I always replied to you.
If you go back to the things, I remember hitting you up and you didn't reply for a
Maybe
couple
I was
hours.
hard to get.
Where I was just like, okay, I guess this New Year's thing isn't happening.
Honestly, I had just gotten in a car accident. And
on New Year's Day?
It was, it was a couple of days before New Year's. It was like...
And you couldn't reply to me on New Year's Day.
It was a traumatizing experience I went through. That's why my car's so fucked up right now.
Yeah, I know. There's so much to fix on it.
So, anyways, yeah, that's why I couldn't come for New Year's. But I went out literally 2 weeks after, and I hit you up.
Okay, yeah. So then I already thought that was suspicious. We never ended up linking up. And then when we didn't link up, I was like, okay, this is not going to go anywhere. She just like is trying, like whatever. She's not interested in me or whatever, something like that. And then you hit me up saying like, hey, I'm going to go down to San Diego, but I'm going to be passing by LA so I can stop by and kick it.
So I was getting my hair done because I needed to get my extensions put in.
Because she goes to San Diego to do it.
Yeah, my hairstylist.
And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm down to meet up. And then we said like we were trying to plan a time, and you said around 9-10 p.m. So I was like, okay.
Yes, because I thought I was gonna get there around that time.
Okay, so I was like, all right, around 9-10 p.m. And then this day, I got all ready. I put on my best outfit. I was so excited. I was like, okay, we're gonna go meet up and like I don't know, have some drinks. This is months before COVID, so I was like, okay, we're gonna go get some drinks, just hang out or some shit. And then I hit you up, and you didn't reply at 10. And then I think I waited like an hour.
No, I did reply.
No, you didn't. No, you
you.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes.
I remember those many messages where you did not reply, and then like.
Because I was driving.
And then at 11, I hit you up again. I remember there was like 3 or 4 interludes of like an hour or 30 minutes where I waited, hit you up, waited, hit you up, waited, hit you up, and you didn't reply to me.
Because I was talking to Sheena. We were catching up.
For 3 hours. And then,
no.
And then it hits 12. It hits midnight.
God, I'm sweating.
It hits midnight, and then at this point I'm like, okay, we're not meeting up. I'm like, at this point, like, if she wants to meet up, she's just trying to meet up for like a
pause,
minute.
Pause. Let me talk. Time out. I was texting you this whole time. I texted you when I got to LA.
There was moments where you didn't reply.
Okay, I was updating him with my shit though. I let you know when I arrived in LA.
And you arrived at Sheena's?
Yes, around 11. Remember, it was like I got in around 11.
Okay.
And so I haven't seen my friend for months, literally months, like 6 months, I felt like. And so we were catching up about stuff, and I was obviously telling her about you, and we were talking about like what's about to go down.
What's about to go down? What was about to go down? What were you guys saying?
I was just saying that I was interested in getting to know you. I thought you were really cute, and you seem like a cool guy. Sure.
Well, okay, all right. Let me get to a point in the story where you can interject, though, just to finish this part of my side. I remember you
This is literally one side of the story.
Oh, and then you'll give your side after.
I get to give like little pieces of me here and there.
No, you just.
I want you to like navigate the story though.
No, I want to tell my side of the story. of this first meetup, and then you'll tell your side, just so we can get the two different perspectives of what happened that night.
Okay.
So from what I remember, you weren't replying to me. If you were replying, it was like every so often, like, yeah, I'm still down to meet up. I just got here or something like that. And I was just like thinking,
I'll be like maybe like 30 minutes.
And then in my head, I was like thinking, okay, you're just replying to me not to be a dickhead, but in reality, I was like, she's not really interested in meeting up. And then we hit the like 2 a.m. mark. It's like 1:30, 2 a.m. She finally replies to me and goes
because
like,
we had just stopped.
she finally replies to me like at 1 or 2 in the morning, says like, hey, are you still down to meet up? And then at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, we're supposed to meet up at 10. It's 11, 12, 1, 2. It's 4 hours later that you're late. And then I was thinking, and also it's 2 a.m. So in my mind, I'm like, she just thinks I'm like a booty call at this point. She's hitting me up for a 2 a.m. booty call. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, she's really beautiful. And, like, we've been talking for a minute. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
Down.
Let's try this out. But then
Guys,
also the reasons why you weren't replying to me, and you were like kind of replying with these like very short answers, it felt like you weren't interested in me, but you were still trying to meet up. And then also you got way more likes on Instagram, you had more followers on Instagram, and I was like thinking like, there's no way in hell this girl is interested in me. She's super hot, has all this like attention on Instagram, not gonna like me. And then I was thinking in my head like, I think someone either stole this girl's account and is trying to set me up and trying to rob me, or this girl is from the Bay. And all the stories I've heard about the Bay are super like sketchy. Like when I think about the Bay, I think about like fucking super sketchy like drug dealing and like all this crazy shit. So when I heard that like you were coming from the Bay to meet up with me, I was like, I think she's gonna come with like 2 homies, set me up, like rob me of whatever I have, or something like that, and then just dip out. So I thought that was gonna happen. So I was like super suspect and like sus of meeting up with you.
That's fucked up.
But then, for some reason, I still took it upon myself to come outside and like get in your car for some reason.
I was like, oh wait, I was like, you down to just chill and smoke?
When you said that, I was like,
I'm in love.
I was like, that's my favorite
over.
thing to do. Because when I lived in Hollywood with my parents, that's all I would do in my free time. If I was not skateboarding or editing videos or something like that, I could not smoke at home. So I would just drive in my car, go to a hill spot. Like I know so many views in Hollywood Hills where I would just go and just chill and smoke at. So when you said that, I was like, easy. Let's go to a hill spot and smoke at or whatever. So that's what we did. We got in your car. And no, first you wanted to drive my car, but I was.
Oh yeah, you didn't have a car.
I didn't tell you at the time that I didn't have a car. I was just kind of like dancing around the fact that I might have a car, might not.
With that. Obviously,
I'm not dumb. I was trying to dance around the fact that I didn't have a car because I didn't want to just tell you like I don't have a car. You know what I mean? Because I was embarrassed by it. And then
that's okay.
And then when my parents told me that day like, oh, you can't use the car today because they're being dickheads or whatever, I was just like, okay. Your
mom was like, "Niet."
We have to take your car, and then you were like, "I don't want to take my car. It's so messy, and the windshield's broken, and my
I was literally
broken."
still moving, guys. Like I had all my whole room was still in my car.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad. I had hella boxes, huh?
Your whole room is still in your car.
I
know. Like 10 months later
unit?
into the relationship. Yeah, basically it's a storage unit. And then, anyways. We went in your car, we went to a hill spot and smoked and chilled or whatever.
And it was so fun.
It was super chill and fun. And
I
then
was like, we vibe so well.
And then hold on, just to finish the story into the second meetup or whatever, Rylee was telling me that like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here until the morning. I'm gonna head to San Diego tomorrow morning, as soon as I wake up to do my hair. And then she said like on my way back, I might be down to like link up again, like hang out again or whatever. So I was like, okay, let's do that. So that night we finished, we smoked and chilled. But that night, because you hit me up at 2 a.m, I was like thinking that I was like your booty call or whatever, and I was like too nervous to make a move or like kiss you or anything, and I was thinking like, oh fuck, I think she wanted me to make a move and I fucked up and I should have made a move, or I think she was trying to fuck or something like that. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
you did kiss me.
I did?
Yes.
I thought we kissed the second time for the first time. But I thought I failed because I thought you wanted me to make a move or whatever, and I didn't. And I didn't make a move. And then anyways, you go to San Diego. I think a day later, 2 days later, you drive up again, and then you said like, oh, let's meet up this time, and you came to the No Jumper place or whatever out in Santa Monica at the time, where the office was at the time. Yeah, we were doing the listening to music with House Phone, and House Phone was like, oh shit, this is the girl you've been talking about.
I was like this whole time. Nervous. I thought I was gonna get called out or something.
Really? Well, luckily, yeah, Adam wasn't there. It was just House Phone and
like,
me.
Fuck, I don't want to do this.
I think .com Nirvana was there too. I'm not sure. forgot who was there, but it was just.
Franelations was there.
Oh really? Okay, it was Franelation's house phone.
And Jason.
And Jason? Yeah, okay. And Jason was there. Oh yeah, Jason was there. So we finished the listening to music stream. Right across the street at the time was a Black Bar. So I was like, hey, at the end of the stream, let's go to Black Bar or whatever. So we go to Black Bar, grab a couple drinks at the end of the stream, and then she's like, oh, like, the what do you want to do now? And I was like, oh, let's just go back to the office or whatever and just, like, kick it there. So we went back to the podcast office, and then we were, like, chilling on the couch, making out and stuff, and then
on the stupid ass white couch.
On the white couch that is very infamous now.
The fucking dumb ass white couch.
But on that white couch, I was thinking, like, I fucked up last time because she wanted me to make a move and I didn't. So I was like, this time I'm gonna make a move. Like, I'll fuck it or whatever.
Guys.
And then I tried to undress Rylee in the
I was
podcast
appalled.
room, and she was like, no, there's cameras in here.
I was like, hell nah.
And I was like, no. I was like, all the cameras are shut off and they're pointed that way, like, you're fine. And she's
I was like, hell no, there's cameras there. You think I know what this shit is about? This podcast place is about.
It's not a casting couch fucking setup or whatever.
You never know.
Basically, Rylee was like, no, I'm not doing anything because there's cameras everywhere. And I was like,
I didn't know
and
you
then
guys.
I was so confused because I was like, I thought she wanted me to make a move last time and I had to, this is my second chance. And then now she's telling me no. I was so confused the whole time. And then I forgot how that night ended. We just, like, hung out and then we dipped, and then you probably went back home to the Bay for like a week or two. And then after that, like, there's a long portion of the relationship where she would be taking flights over here and I would be paying for them. And
I'd be like, yes, daddy, I do.
And then a bunch of things rolled.
Yeah, this
but
was like
I feel like that was the most interesting part. Was I thought you were trying to rob me.
And then you try to undress me in the studio.
Okay, so let's hear your perspective.
Come on.
Let's hear your perspective of from the first night until that point. You're at Sheena's.
Okay.
You're on the phone with Sheena or talking to Sheena for 4 to 5 hours and could not reply to a text.
That's a lie, first of all. I was texting you the whole time. I was just not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was catching up with Sheena.
It's funny because now that we've been together for 10 months, you have no problem texting and driving. You have no problem replying to people immediately on the phone while you're driving.
Shut
but
up.
If you couldn't
I'm
reply
always
to
changing
me.
the music. I'm not texting.
Okay, continue. I'm not gonna interject.
Anyways, yeah, I guess that's. I mean, you explained it pretty much perfectly, except for.
But what were you when you were lagging all the way up until 2 a.m.? What did you think? Like, did you think like oh my god, I'm lagging on this guy and he's not gonna want to meet up with me anymore? Or did you think I was so thirsty to hang out with you that I'd wait 6 hours and wait until 4 in the morning?
I was like, oh my god, like, I'm really hella late. Like, he's probably not gonna want to kick it like later. But then I was like, he's a guy, he'll want to kick it at 2 a.m. Like, I'm not done.
So you were playing on the fact that I'm a guy and, like, I'm down to kick it at 2 a.m.
Like, I think everybody's at our age is down like that to, like,
okay.
hang out, for the first time.
Okay, good cover.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I thought there was a chance that you might cancel on me, but...
What if I did? What if I said, nah, what if I just said
then
bluntly, like, hey, like...
where we're at today and we wouldn't have Lola. Could you imagine
So
that?
I had put my foot down that day and not been a simp and went, you know what?
You're
lagging on me 4 hours, and I had not replied to you, and I replied to you the next morning saying, like, oh, I went to sleep. You were taking hella long.
I'd be like, damn.
Would you have cried?
No. I wouldn't have cried. I would be like, okay, I got you on the way back. Like, we could hang out when I come back.
Interesting.
But you weren't simping. We were, like, down to hang out, and I knew you would be down to be hanging out at too.
Yeah.
Because you just seem like that type of person.
It's so weird because, like, now that I'm trying to think back the timeline, like, I don't even remember. Like, it feels like it just happened and I should remember. But it was, like, now that I'm trying to think back to the timeline of us, like, FaceTiming and all that stuff, like, were we FaceTiming after we hung out? Yeah, we were, right?
I just can't believe you tried to undress me in the studio.
Because I thought I
was like, oh, there's hella cameras. He's trying to, like, set me up.
No, what? Really?
Yeah.
You thought I was trying to, like, secretly record you?
Yes.
Really?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
You thought I was trying to secretly record
Yes. I was like, hell no.
To do what with that?
But you never know what cameras could be on, though. Like, maybe.
The audio.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
And then that's just there forever. Like, even I know they wouldn't even put it out, but if they caught you, like, they would always torment you with that.
Like we were talking about the last one when we were watching Love Island. It's like they have scenes where you can tell they're about to have sex, but then you can, like, for sure that the camera guy recording isn't like just pressing stop record as soon as they start having sex. He's recording, or some of the cameras are just stationary. They're just recording all the time.
They are.
So it's like
they get like the moans and shit.
So
They're allowed to put moans in there.
Dude, like all the Love Island people just have like their sex tapes recorded by whatever company, production company filmed that, and they just have to trust that they're not going to put it out.
That's what I'm
saying. But even if they don't put it out, it's like whenever we're working on stuff at No Jumper, if I'm working on something, Trevor knows about it, Josh knows about it, Jason knows about it. So it's like that whole production team is probably looking at these tapes going like, damn, fucking look at what are their names?
Sally and Johnny.
Damn, look at Sally, blah blah blah. Like they're probably, oh my God, I can only imagine.
Shout out to Sally and Johnny.
What do you think they're doing now? You think they're
together?
Really?
They just got a place in LA.
In LA?
Should we have them on the podcast?
What the hell? They probably have their own podcast. Do they?
I don't know. Maybe they're probably working on it.
You think Johnny's cheating on Sally?
Let's get the Love Island tea.
For what? You think okay, let's ask if we're going to put this out at all, but let's just ask whoever's watching, if you guys would you guys be interested in hearing us talk about
Love Island
and Bachelorette? Because I keep trying to get Rylee into making videos or live streams and stuff like that, but apparently her only interest is love drama.
It's so addicting to watch, and it's like I listened to this other podcast called Game of Roses podcast.
Which one is that?
It's the one that's like, this is Game of Roses. that weird one I listened to.
I think I do remember, yeah. Is it with a guy?
It's a guy and a girl. And they like break down the Bachelorette,
and they're
as
dating?
an NFL like football game, like how like they do different plays and like what success, like it's basically all a game, so it's like addicting to watch like that game, you know?
So what was their opinion on Bennett leaving? Was he gonna off himself?
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay, that's a dark joke. I'm kidding though.
No.
But I just feel like in my life, a lot of people are suicidal. It's like I've probably.
Oh, you mean Ben, the one?
Ben,
Oh,
yeah, I've probably
know.
dealt with that too. And I feel like when you're on a dating show and you're trying to get the girl to like you, to tell her like, oh yeah, I've tried to kill myself 3 times before.
No, Ben
it kind
is
of puts the
weird.
girl in a weird situation where she's like, oh man,
No,
like I'm gonna
but
feel really bad if I don't
babe,
choose this guy.
There's like every guy on there wants to be the Bachelor, so they like tell those like crazy sob stories to make people like feel bad for you. So like they have already like a storyline to be the Bachelor, you know, like every person has to have like a tragic back story kind of.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's sad though. They're just playing on people's
like Tasha, she's a divorce, like she got divorced and.
But does she have a kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're going into Bachelors.
I know. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so
sorry.
that was the main topic that we had for today. Was basically how we met, and I felt like it was gonna take longer than it did now. And I feel like we should also probably keep track of how long we've been doing this for. I don't remember when we started, but yeah, that was the main topic. But we're gonna eventually start thinking of like topics to cover. But I'm trying to just think of like what should we cover, because like Rylee only cares about love drama stuff. I care about all types of random stuff or whatever. What do you think about the Pornhub thing?
I don't know too much about it to like go into depth about it.
Honestly, at first,
I need to like do more research on different topics.
Yeah, we should probably you know what I was thinking? You know what we should do is if we don't like how this looks, where we're not gonna put it out on the YouTube channel, we should probably just like send it out to some of the people who always watch the live streams, like Doug and like Zach, and like
get their
opinions and be like, what do you guys think we should talk about, or what do you think about this, and see if they're down, right?
Yeah, I think
feel
so.
like, yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah. I want like other people's feedback, but I like just how like we talk and chill and like.
But.
We could just discuss, like, we can have topics every time and just discuss different things and, like, have a chill sit down like this.
Yeah, we have to have stuff to talk about, though. What do you think about camgirl leaving No Jumper show?
I honestly think it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was watching it. for a while. I don't know if I was like watching it from like the first episode, but
You know what I really wonder? You know how you said that you started watching No Jump Around for the Juice WRLD interview, and that was like in the middle of like No Jumper timeline so far. And around that time, Adam was like taking it more seriously, like kind of like starting to like up the production and stuff like that, and kind of changed how he talked to certain guests and shit like that. But in the beginning, it was really funny because like Adam was just like this like BMX dude, and he would bring on like guests that were like super well known in the underground rap world, and he would just be like, you eat ass? Like, what do you think about eating ass?
Yeah,
like, would
see,
you
that's
like,
the funny shit
and
that
it would
I
be
loved.
so weird because some guests would be
they're
like,
like, what the fuck?
yeah, some guests
they're like hella like hood.
exactly.
And shit.
Some,
like, they don't talk about that.
especially if you're like dealing with the super like hood fool who's just like super core to the streets.
That right there, because I like don't watch the No Jumper interviews that much unless like we watch it together anymore, because I don't know. Like, I'm just like around that all the time, so.
Would you have kept watching if it was just about like not just about that, but
when I would watch the interviews, like that was like my favorite part, like their reactions to like
the uncomfortable
Adam's crazy ass
yeah, exactly.
shit. Like he's just so
He asks like
there.
good questions that have to do with artists like career
but that's
and stuff
why
like
they
that.
fuck with him, because they get on that level, you know.
There's a bunch of funny references and shit like that. But yeah, I remember in the beginning it was like the main question was like, do you eat ass?
I
like,
know.
Would you get your ass eaten? And then also, I don't know if you remember this, but around
the Rico recklezz interview, that shit was so funny.
He's in jail now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what for, but apparently he's in jail.
Guns, I bet. Well, I was gonna say though, on my opinion about the camgirl thing is, I honestly like their dynamic. I like that. I mean, yeah, I understand like where they're coming from, like where they feel like they can't be as open talking around her, because I understand that.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like it adds another character dynamic, like where she's like the one that's like snapping people into like their place too, you know?
Yeah.
I just like how they're all such different personalities.
Yeah,
and like
I really like the dynamic too.
Me too, and I'm gonna miss that.
And it's just like, it's kind of like,
and it's like
Camgirl and House Phone and Adam started that show in such an organic way where like now it's kind of like, if a show were to get started, it's kind of like, what are your credentials, like how can you do this, and like it's kind of like almost like hiring a person. But back in the day, it's like I remember House One was just Adam's friend who he partied with. House One introduced Camgirl to Adam, and then like Camgirl just started appearing on the random like host talks and stuff like that, and then it just became like a natural organic thing, you know, like
it has to be an organic friendship or an organic relationship.
But that's why like I feel like AD is like kind of like, I don't know if he's gonna be the permanent like replacement or whatever, but he fits it kind of really well because like everyone just fucks with him organically. Like as soon as he, like, I can't even remember, even though I've barely even known AD for a couple months now, like I can't even remember like coming in and like going like, oh, who's this guy? Like I don't remember not knowing him, you know what I mean? Like as soon as he came in, he was super friendly, and it already felt like we were super chill and
he's
close.
Very welcoming, you know, even though he's like a newer person around too. Like he fits perfectly. And he's like popping and shit. It's and like, him and Adam just vibe well together, you know?
Dude, he has like,
they have a good friendship.
If you go through YouTube right now, AD has like hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, you know what I mean, like combined or whatever. He has like some songs that have like 10 million.
He reminds me of Ice Cube.
Oh really? He has some songs that have 10 million plus views, and there have been like other people who've walked into No Jumper who like are just as popular, maybe even less popular, and don't act as cool and as welcoming as AD does. You know what I mean? Like AD's like his popularity and like how much money he makes does not go to the way he treats people at all. You know what I mean?
Like he can just sit and chill and talk to us.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just like that's not even a idea in his head. You know what I mean? Like it's so interesting. It's cool. And I remember
that's what I really actually appreciate about him.
Did I pass this to you at all?
Or admire him for? Like he's very humble.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Super humble. And
all the people he brings around with him too.
Yeah,
it's like
Kiki. Shout out Kiki.
Yeah, shout out Kiki. What's that Big U or whatever? Big U, that big guy. He's super well respected or whatever, and he's super nice as well. You know what I mean? Like you don't ever get like any like I'm too cool for you vibes or whatever, which you do get from some people. You know, like some people will come in and they won't even like look at you or even want to introduce themselves to you because they think you're like a worker. You know what I mean? Like, but some people like BB the Packman, he like became friends with everyone immediately because he just like he's cool like that.
I feel that.
You know what's funny? When he did the Vlad interview, BFB the Pac-Man, he was like, Vlad, I fuck with you so much. I fuck with everyone in this room. That cameraman, that audio guy. He's like, I'm gonna buy everyone lunch after this interview is over. Did you guys eat lunch yet? They're like, nah. He's like, I'm gonna buy each and every one of you lunch. Like, and it's all on me or whatever.
See,
And I was
love
like,
people like
when
that.
Vita Pac-Man came in, I told him, I was like, yo, I saw your Vlad interview where you bought everyone lunch. I was like, that's fire. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, you want me to buy you lunch? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm good. I just ate or whatever. But yeah, he's super chill.
Yeah, he seems hella cool. And I love that Honey Pack song.
You really do.
Hmm.
You don't love it like I love that song, but you love it way more.
I only fuck with whores. I'm toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's sick is like he's independent.
Yeah.
He's completely independent. So like all that money that he's making, it's interesting because you know what I always thought about this. Right now, it's way more like I think
Beneficial.
no like in the past 4 or 5 years, it's been way more popular for rappers to start their own YouTube channels. Where
Yeah.
like Young Dolph will have a Young Dolph YouTube channel and
It's
stuff like that.
smart.
But back in the day, maybe 10 years ago, 6-7 years ago,
It's another check.
a rapper would only post YouTube videos on the music video director's channel or on the label's channel. Of like a rapper never had his own YouTube channel to post their own videos, and some of these videos have like hundreds of millions of views, like 100 million views, 70 million views, and bro, that's literally 100,000 or 200,000 in ad revenue. You know what I mean? Like probably, and like sometimes I just
And
think
they're
like
constantly making money off of
yeah,
those
and
videos.
sometimes I think like, dude, do these rappers not like worry about that portion of the money where they don't think like, oh wait, I should be racking in the ad revenue from these YouTube views too? And like now every rapper is doing it. You know, like every rapper posts their videos on their YouTube channels,
Yep.
and it's like way better that way. It's like, dude, you just
Well, yeah, it's the smart thing to do. You have to do that.
but yeah, it's like when you're
It's another check coming in.
but when
no
you're an
matter what.
independent artist, like you have to be knowledgeable enough to like understand that like, oh shit, I need to take advantage of all these side revenues, because a lot of rappers, they just worry about Spotify checks, because apparently Spotify checks are really good, but it's like Spotify, SoundCloud.
Well, now that YouTube is super like popular, I feel like.
Now that YouTube's been super popular,
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about like I don't know.
you know what's crazy? You know, I'm
I
starting
feel like now more than ever, like the past couple years.
true,
you
but
know?
you know what's kind of crazy? You know what TikTok is starting to remind me of is
I hate it.
I kind of hate it too, but you know what, that
I'm so
also
over it.
that
dude.
feeling towards TikTok reminds me of the beginning of YouTube, because when I go back to 2007 2008 when I first started fucking around with YouTube, it was all very dumb random videos like TikTok. It was very cringy, very like weird. It was like anyone, you wouldn't go on YouTube and see like Casey Neistat, Adam 22, like blah, blah, you wouldn't see like the most popular. You would go on YouTube and it would show you random shit, and then you would type in like bomb explosion or like energy drink, and it would just show you whatever was posted by like, you know, a 70 viewer or a 10 viewer person or something like that, and you would see the most random crap all the time. And then at the time, the most random people were blowing up. What's his name, what's that dude's name, Purple, oh, god damn, I forgot the song name or whatever. He's the dude who came in for an interview and he follows me on Instagram now. Chocolate Rain, you know that dude?
What?
Chocolate Rain or whatever. You never heard that?
No.
I have to play that for you, but
Oh
there's
my God.
he made a song called Chocolate Rain where it just like it's like this he just looks like a like kind of like a nerdy type of look, like my same body type, but a super like his voice doesn't fit his body. Like he has a super deep voice, and he would be singing Chocolate Rain or whatever, and that song blew up. And you just like in the beginning of YouTube, the most random people would blow up. And I feel like that's how TikTok is now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the most random people blowing up for no particular reason. And, like, I feel like TikTok might have a chance of, like, evolving into being a bigger YouTube. If they start...
Well, it is already. It's fucking huge.
It's huge, but they're limited because you can only post, what, like, a minute or 30 seconds or something like that? Like, I don't know how it works because I don't have a TikTok, but it's, like, limited to how much you can, you know, like, what quality you can post on. And, like, can you go on your computer and just look at TikToks? Like TikTok.com or whatever.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even have TikTok on my phone.
I feel like
so-
if TikTok evolves into like a YouTube thing where you can post 10-minute videos, an hour video, podcasts and stuff like that, I feel like it can.
Well, you could do live now.
I feel
on
like
TikTok.
it can evolve into a bigger version of YouTube.
So they're probably heading in that direction. Well, yeah, if they do that, then they are gonna fucking kill it.
I was thinking about that. It's like there's really no one that can replace you. Vimeo tried. Vimeo's super tiny. No one cares about it. A bunch of other story fire.
Is YouTube going down?
No, YouTube's not going down, but it's like YouTube is just like the new standard, and like there's always something new that pops up, and it feels
TikTok sucks, dude. I hate it. Like I don't want to be addicted like that.
me neither. But also, I have friends who have YouTube channels who have like 20,000 subscribers, 60,000 subscribers. They'll start TikToks and they'll get way more views on TikTok than they ever got on their YouTube channels. And then all those people from TikTok go to their YouTube channels. And I'm like starting to think like,
I don't know, something in my gut just
should I
tells
start
me,
a TikTok?
I just think it's not the move. I just don't like it.
I'm conflicted because I have that same feeling where I'm like,
I
feel like
I have a gut feeling telling me not to download.
I feel like
there's a reason I deleted it off my phone. Like
yeah. But I feel like I can keep going and not caring about it, or I can put some effort into it and see what can come out of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's weird. I'm conflicted right now. But what would I do? Fucking dances?
I don't know. That's what everybody's doing. So
I don't want to dance.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's something that everybody's doing. Like
I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. Let's see what the people think in the comments if anyone watches
I don't know.
this.
Like a lot of my family members like live super off social media. Like my mom doesn't like. There's so many of them. You know, like that.
That's how I felt about my family. But now my dad wants to start vlogging.
Yeah.
And now
it's just like I see like how they live, and I'm just like, there's so much more like at peace because like they don't have to. They don't know any about any of this shit.
The hate and stuff. That's honestly what I'm worried about for my dad. Is that like. I feel that I'm very supportive for my dad, where I like it's very good to have a hobby, and I think he'll find it very interesting and beneficial, like to want to like do all this stuff, vlog himself fishing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna feel tempted to want to be like, yo guys, go sub to my dad's YouTube channel, go check out this new YouTube video. But then I'm scared that the people who go troll on me in my DMs saying like I want to rape your girlfriend and I want to like fucking do all this weird shit are gonna go to my dad's comments and say the same shit. My dad's not like me, where he's gonna take those comments very seriously, and he's gonna be like calling me like saying like someone wants to touch your mom or something. He's gonna be and that's what's gonna encourage more people to troll him. Is like that's what I'm worried about, is like how my dad's gonna handle the internet, you know what I mean? And I kind of want to talk to him about it and be like, yo, like people are gonna try to get under your skin purposely, even though it's just a fishing YouTube channel and you think it's just fishing and people only are gonna care about fishing. It's like, no, people are gonna come find this randomly and they're gonna try to poop on you and shit on you as hard as possible and get a reaction out of you, you know?
Should definitely explain that to him.
I should tell him about that, but I don't know. I feel like we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, right?
I think that was pretty good.
I think that was an hour or something like that. But okay. So yeah, we're gonna I guess like review it a little bit and decide whether we're gonna post this or not, or just send it to a couple people who are, you know, diehard or just like core viewers of the live streams and shit. And we're gonna
get their opinion.
Yeah, get their opinions first, and then film a second one. But I really don't want to tell the story again.
I know.
That's what
I feel like I like it.
What? Telling the story? Or this one?
Like this one was cool.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah, we'll just have to watch it.
Okay.
All right. Well.
I was gonna say love you.
I was gonna say love you too. You know what's funny? I was gonna say love you too. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This was the very first episode of 10 Talks. I love you guys too, though.
Yeah, we love you, Harmonious gang.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
If you guys do or did get to this point.
Should we make a jingle?
I don't know. We're gonna need a logo. We're gonna need an intro.
A jingle.
We're gonna need a whole bunch of stuff. If
you guys,
people do enjoy this. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this,
if
please
somebody knows how to make a jingle for us and send it our way.
Let's focus on if people like this or not. So if you guys if you guys enjoy this, please drop a like. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about it, or what what you guys think we should talk about. Ask for topics and shit like that, and also what you guys think we can do to the set to make it better in some sort of way. We're gonna put the mics elsewhere because this is ridiculous. It takes up too much table space. We can't see each other.
This is just last minute because we didn't want the sun to go down.
Yeah, and we just wanted to get this recorded.
Yeah.
So,
because we promised.
Thank you guys once again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you. Peace.
Buenas noches.